6 hours and 41 minutes ago, 3I Atlas established direct communication with Earth, not through radio signals, not through mathematical sequences. Physical contact. At 9:12 UTC, 3 smaller craft detached from the mothership hovering at 400 kilometers altitude and descended through the atmosphere. They didn't crash, they didn't burn up. They controlled their descent with precision that made atmospheric physicists question everything they know about hypersonic flight. And at 9:47 UTC, all 3 craft touched down simultaneously on a prepared vessel platform in the Pacific Ocean, while the entire world watched live. What emerged from those craft has been kept under absolute information lockdown for the past 6 hours. No official photographs, no video released by any government. But I have access to eyewitness accounts from naval personnel who were there, leaked communications between world leaders debriefing in real time, and most incredibly, partial transcripts of the actual conversation between human representatives and whatever intelligence came out of those craft. And what they told us in those first hours of contact contradicts every assumption we've made about why they're here. This video contains information that 3 governments have actively tried to suppress in the past 4 hours. I'm using every security protocol available to get this out before it's taken down. What you're about to hear are the actual words spoken during first contact, the warnings they delivered about Earth's immediate future, and the choice they've given humanity. A choice that must be made in the next 72 hours, or the consequences become irreversible. October 16, 2025, 9:12:47 UTC. Cameras aboard the USS Gerald R. Ford captured the moment 3 objects separated from the mothership's underside. Each approximately 40 meters in length, streamlined configurations that immediately suggested aerodynamic design. They descended in formation, entering Earth's atmosphere at 9:23 UTC over the eastern Pacific. Thermal imaging showed no plasma sheath, no re-entry heating. The craft were somehow bypassing the physics that makes atmospheric entry a furnace of superheated gas. They came down like they were falling through water instead of air, reported Commander Patricia Wells from the Ford's air operations. No sonic booms, no heat signature. Our radar showed them decelerating from orbital velocity to subsonic speeds in under 4 minutes without any visible propulsion. The technology on display made every aircraft we have look like Bronze Age tools, and then they just hovered, 30 meters above the landing platform we'd prepared, waiting. The landing platform was a hastily assembled floating structure positioned at the transmitted coordinates, 3.2 degrees, 128.7 degrees. A joint construction by U.S., Chinese, and Russian naval engineering teams working together for the first time in decades. 50 meters across, reinforced to support unknown weight, bristling with sensors and cameras, and surrounded by a fleet of warships from 12 nations, all weapons trained on the descending craft despite knowing they were utterly useless. At 9:47 UTC, the 3 craft touched down simultaneously with precision measured in centimeters. No landing gear deployed. They simply settled onto the platform's surface as if gravity had released them. For 43 seconds, nothing happened. Sensors detected no emissions, no movement, no signs of activity. Then, at 9:48:12 UTC, hatches opened on all 3 craft in perfect synchronization, and beings emerged. The leaked descriptions from eyewitnesses are remarkably consistent, not humanoid, not anything in Earth's evolutionary tree, roughly cylindrical, approximately 1.8 meters tall, moving on what appeared to be manipulated fields rather than physical locomotion. No visible sensory organs, no apparent limbs, surfaces that shifted between metallic and organic. And when they communicated, it wasn't through sound. Direct neural interface. thoughts appearing in your mind in your own internal voice, but you knew absolutely they weren't your thoughts. The human delegation consisted of UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, U.S. President's National Security Advisor, Chinese Premier's representative, and scientific advisors from 7 nations. 37 people on that platform facing 3 beings that had traveled from beyond our solar system. Dr. Sarah Chen was there as xenolinguistics specialist. Her leaked account describes the first exchange. One of them approached within 3 meters, and suddenly I felt words forming in my mind. Not English, not Chinese, pure meaning. We are designated observers. Your species has been monitored for 847 of your years. Contact is initiated because Earth has reached critical threshold. Decision time approaches. The message continued for 18 minutes. Partial transcripts leaked through encrypted channels reveal the core warning. Earth's technological development has reached a point where humanity will either unite and survive or fracture and face extinction. Not from them, but from ourselves. They explained that 3I Atlas isn't an invasion force. It's an intervention team. Their civilization encountered the same crisis point 12,000 years ago. They survived by making a choice. Now humanity faces the identical choice. Your species has developed capabilities that can destroy your biosphere within decades. The beings communicated. Artificial intelligence without ethical constraints. Climate systems disrupted beyond natural recovery thresholds. Nuclear arsenals sufficient to end complex life. And most critically, inability to cooperate on planetary scale despite having planetary scale problems. You have 72 hours to demonstrate unified decision-making capability. If Earth's governments cannot form a functional global coordination framework in that time, we will implement it for you. That last phrase triggered immediate alarm. Implement it for you. What does that mean? Occupation? Forced unification? The beings clarified, we will disable all weaponry capable of mass destruction. We will share technology that solves your energy and environmental crises. We will establish communication networks that prevent deception between populations. And we will remain in orbit monitoring compliance until your species demonstrates sustainable self-governance. This is not conquest, this is graduation requirement. Evolve or be managed. Choose. 6 hours ago, humanity received an ultimatum from an intelligence that has been watching us for 8 centuries. 72 hours to prove we can govern ourselves as a unified species, or accept external administration from beings who have technology we can't comprehend and patience we can't outlast. World leaders are in continuous emergency session right now. The public knows something happened, but not what was said, and the countdown has already started.
Subscribe immediately.
Because the next 72 hours determine whether humanity enters a new era of unprecedented cooperation and technological advancement, or becomes a managed species under alien supervision. The choice is ours. The clock is running. And everything changes based on what we decide.